Welcome to this segment of News Venezuela. This is World in Evolution, your preferred news channel. Today, we will talk about how friends and enemies of El Pollo Carvajal tremble after his extradition to the USA. Who else will he implicate? The long-awaited landing of the DEA plane in New York this Wednesday at 1 p.m. has marked a turning point in the life of Hugo Armando Carvajal Barrios, known as El Pollo. Now, he faces criminal charges on American soil, and his arrival in the United States has put key figures inside and outside Venezuela on high alert. His extensive history in politics and the criminal world has raised uncertainties about whom else he might implicate during his legal process. Hugo Carvajal, born in the state of Anzoátegui but with a significant life in Monegasque, graduated from the Venezuelan Military Academy in 1981, as part of the Pedro Camejo promotion. Rising through the ranks, he reached the position of Major General in the Army. However, his most relevant role came when he was appointed Director of Military Intelligence during Hugo Chávez's government. Starting in 2000, under the nickname El Pollo, Carvajal took the reins of the Military Intelligence Directorate, transforming it into DGCIM, General Directorate of Military Counterintelligence, an institution that has faced serious accusations of torture, forced disappearances, and persecution of military officers and their families, being accused before the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. Carvajal's murky past includes connections with narcoterrorism and organized crime. Together with a sinister character, Pedro Luis Martin, Chief Commissioner of Intelligence, both abused their authority to commit serious crimes, including kidnapping for extortion purposes. The United States is pursuing them for their alleged links to narcoterrorist groups like the ELN. Carvajal's implications also extend to corruption within the state-owned oil company PDVSA. He is linked to the oil tycoon Roberto Rinson, convicted of money laundering, who accused Rafael Ryder of receiving bribes. The extradition order against Carvajal remains in effect, adding further tension to his legal situation. His close relationship with Diosdado Cabello, another influential figure in Venezuela, has been controversial. While they were friends and accomplices in numerous criminal acts, the relationship fell apart when Carvajal decided to dissent from Nicolas Maduro's orders. A public letter in September 2021 marked the rupture, accusing Maduro's government and Cabello of betraying the Venezuelan people. Furthermore, Carvajal has shown support for opposition groups and urged his fellow military officers and government party members to abandon their support for the dictator Nicolas Maduro, further intensifying the political tension. The weight of drug trafficking and other charges looms heavily over Carvajal. The Southern District of New York and the Southern District of Florida courts have identified him as a participant in a conspiracy to import cocaine into the United States and a conspirator with Colombian drug cartels, including Wilber Varela, alias Jabin. Carvajal's extradition process has been complicated, and his capture and release in Spain sparked controversy. The European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, has given the green light to his extradition to the United States, potentially having significant consequences for many actors involved in his case. With his arrival in the United States, uncertainties surround the political and criminal circles of Venezuela and Colombia. Questions about whom else he might implicate with his testimony resonate in both countries. His knowledge of criminal operations and connections with influential figures makes him a valuable source of information for U.S. authorities, who seek to dismantle drug trafficking and corruption networks in the region. The case of El Pollo Carvajal is far from over, and the whole world will closely follow the developments following his extradition. Justice must prevail, and those involved in criminal activities must be held accountable, regardless of their positions of power. Meanwhile, the region faces the challenge of addressing the underlying causes that have allowed criminal activities to flourish. Fighting corruption and improving governance are essential steps toward building a more stable and prosperous future for both Venezuela and neighboring countries. With the revelation of new details and names throughout the legal process, the chapter that begins with El Pollo Carvajal's extradition has just started. The impact of this process will be pivotal for the region's politics, justice, and security, and its outcome could change the course for many powerful figures in Venezuela and Colombia. That concludes the news. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon, selecting All, to receive notifications for all new content uploaded to this channel. Also, if you are an entrepreneurial person looking to make money from home, I invite you to visit my website, Self-Made Millionaires, online. I'll be waiting for you there. Blessings.